Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite review for the 24th of September, October even. So, here we go ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite a few things up. We've got the World Heavyweight title Eliminator tournament starting tonight. I do believe we also have a match for the TBS title in the women's division happening tonight as well, I do believe. And we also have the Sami Zayn and the American Top Team promo, so that is going to be entertaining. We are in Orlando, Florida tonight, and we also have Malake Black versus Cody Rhodes 3. Yay! So, let's not waste any more time, let's get into the show. So, our opening contest was Bryan Danielson versus Dustin Rhodes. This was really good actually. I thought this was a very entertaining matchup and a good opening match to the show. Very entertaining. Bryan Danielson gets a win with the guillotine. Very surprising actually. I thought he wouldn't use the guillotine. He would use like either the label lock or the running knee to get the win. But surprising that he's actually used the guillotine as well. So showing more of the MMA style that he's been training in for the past few weeks. Also, confirmation that Eddie Alvarez, Jorge Masvidal is taking on Edwards, I believe, at UFC 269. I could be wrong on that one. I know Masvidal is taking on somebody at UFC 269. His opponent, I believe, it's Edwards. It's the third ranked, number 3 ranked in the division he's in. So that's why he's not on AEW Dynamite or AEW TV just at this moment in time. But that should look like it'll be an interesting matchup on that part. So, we just also had a promo from the Elite, talking about how it's going to be the Dark Order versus the Elite happening next week. Very enjoyable about that. Also talking about the match coming up at Full Gear with Hangman Adam Page, and he's not cowboy shit, he should be coward shit. Very interesting line, I thought. Very good actually, to be fair. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see. I believe we're going to be hearing from Sting about the condition of Darby Allin. Like I say, I really hope that the leaked match card is not what we're going to get, but if we do get it, then I will be pretty happy about that actually, because to be fair, it does kind of look like a very good card. I will admit that one, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's carry on watching the show, shall we? So we just had FTR talking about how their match with the Lucha Brothers is going to be going forward at Full Gear. Very entertaining. I think that's going to be a damn good matchup. And then we had Sting coming out to talk about Darby Allin, but obviously MJF gets involved and basically just says some horrible things, as he always does, because he's a prick. And then basically brings out Lex Luger, and basically just before he finishes, he gets clocked by Sting by mentioning that Lex Luger is Darby Allin is just like Lex Luger in a wheelchair, and basically gets clocked for it, thank God. But Shawn Spears and Warlow come out to basically help out Mr. MJF, and at the end of it, basically beats him down and says, you know, you're always going to be second to me. And then punches him in the face with the diamond ring, which looked nasty. And that is going into our next match, which is Ruby Soho versus Penelope Ford. This is gonna be hopefully a good matchup, so let's see. So we just had Penelope Ford versus Ruby Soho in the first matchup for the TBS Championship. Not a bad match, I don't admit, it was actually very entertaining, but at the same time there were some moments where it was like, this is not good at the same time. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it is going to be a bit tough to do. But again, it was an entertaining matchup. Ruby Soho gets the win. She carries on, she's facing Chris Statlander next, which I think is going to be a good matchup. The Bunny and Penelope were going to try and beat down Ruby Soho, but amazingly, Red Velvet comes out to basically make the save with Ruby Soho, because Red Velvet is taking on the Bunny, so that built up their match coming up. So that's actually very entertaining, to be fair. And then we had Shawn Spears and Mr. MJF talking about Darby, and then Wallow comes out and goes, yeah, what's with the bullshit from last week? But I've got you an accountability. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, even Wallow's like, what the fuck's an accountability? well, it's too much pressure for one person. So I'm giving you Sean Spears. Sean Spears is your new accountability buddy. See ya, got a meeting, and Sean just goes, hey, which I think is bloody amazing and funny. Don't know what we're gonna have next, but let's find out, guys. So we just had Bobby Fish versus Anthony Green, and yeah, it was basically just a squash match, complete squash for Anthony Green. I feel sorry for him. I think he's an okay talent. I have seen a little bit of him, and I think he's good. But yeah, this was a squash match to get Bobby Fish a win in the column. He beats him down a bit more after the match, and then Punk comes out, so we are hopefully going to get Bobby Fish versus CM Punk at some point. My God, that will be an amazing matchup, especially with the MMA background that the both guys have. I know it's not the best, but yeah, it's one of those things. But it's funny as fuck to see, and I can't wait for that match. Next up, we had Leo Rush and Dante Martin talking. They have an official tag team match. Their debut is going to be against the Seidel brothers on Rampage next Friday. That's going to be an okay matchup. And now we've currently got the Munderhawk Lance Archer taking on Eddie Kingston, and the fan is just getting killed by fucking Lance Archer, which I thought was funny as fuck. So let's watch this matchup. So we just had Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston, and this was going well until Lance Archer went for a moonsault and unfortunately hit his head on the canvas, knocked himself out unfortunately, which sucks. I feel really bad for Lance Archer. Eddie Kingston just hits a roll up for the win. Complete veteran move, very smart to do, and it's just it's saddening. Hopefully Archer is okay, completely okay. Doc was looking into it and he does seem fine, but hopefully everything will be okay. So we'll find out hopefully in a few days, or in maybe an hour or so, hopefully, but he is okay. So ladies and gentlemen, that all being said, it still was a good matchup until that point, but that is a very scary thing. Hopefully he's okay, like I said. So let's get to our next matchup, guys, and hopefully it goes a lot smoother and a lot safer. So we've just had the promo with Man of the Year and Sammy Guevara. So the rules are that next week it's going to be Ethan Page versus Sammy Guevara, one-on-one for the TNT title. If Sammy loses, not only is the match off at Full Gear, and he loses the TNT title obviously, he is out of the inner circle. So big stakes, but Sammy goes, yep, I'll accept them, you son of a bitch. But he also has a condition of his own, which is if he wins, which I think he will do, he gets to pick the 3 members of the American Top Team that will be in the 10-man tag. So will we see Master Vidal at Full Gear? Maybe, depending on when UFC 269 is going to be. So after that, we had a John Moxley promo talking about his daughter and how the show is basically he doesn't give a crap about any of this. He's going to hurt people and he is going to get away with, he's going to win this whole thing. So we're going to see, I think, in the final, Moxley versus Kingston. That's my opinion. I think it's either going to be Moxley versus Kingston or Moxley Bryan Danielson. That's going to be a fucking amazing final. That's going to be great. So we're going to be watching our next matchup and we'll see what that is. So we just had Jungle Boy versus Brandon Cutler in a very quick matchup. Jungle Boy gets the win with the Jungle Snare, or whatever he calls it. Calls out any member of the Elite to come out. Adam Cole comes out and gets super kicked by the Young Bucks, gets beaten down, and then from the stage, through tables, in a very impressive shot, I have to admit, but it was also very, very dangerous. But it was still a fun shot to look at. So then we had the promos for the next week's Dynamite on Wednesday. Finally going back to Wednesdays. And Rampage as well. So looking forward to that. And now we have got our main event, Cody Rhodes versus Malake Black 3. please let Malachi Black win, because if he doesn't, there's going to be a riot. So, we just had Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. My god, they bled, and tables were used in a fucking not a disqualification match. Very weird, but it was entertaining nonetheless. Cody gets the damn win. Oh, the crowd was not happy about that one. But this was still a good matchup, I gotta admit. Great main event. To finish off the show, I have to admit that one. So, what did I think of the show overall? Yeah, it was a good show. Again, they've managed to contain the promos and make sure that they're all good. And yeah, it's entertaining. It was a good show. I always enjoy watching AEW. I always have to admit, it's a lot better. You know, it's gone a lot better. And yeah, this is a very good show, guys. So, with that all being said, thank you very much for watching AEW Dynamite review for the 24th of October. And I will see you guys for Dynamite on Wednesday. I may have an episode of CWS out. I'm sorry that I also didn't review Crown Jewel. I was just done with it. I just wanted to sleep. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching tonight, and I will see you for the CWS on Wednesday and Dynamite back on Wednesday nights. See you then.